There is one big headliner for AMC that everybody is talking about today, and we're going to be touching on that in just a moment. First off, I want to just go ahead and give a couple seconds. Shout out, thank you to my Patreon supporters. And also, I want to go ahead and remind you guys that I'm not a financial advisor. Everything I'm sharing is my own opinion, it's my own research. I encourage you guys to go do your own research. Taking a look at the price action right here for the day, it's been pretty much the same. We have very low volume. This is at 33.437 million. We can actually see they closed down in the green, up 2.96%. And then we also can see that in the after hours, it has pulled down just slightly. We still have a couple days left in the week. There are a lot of options contracts that are currently out of the money right now. People are gambling on this like crazy. If the price actually goes up, there's a lot of upside potential to this, don't get me wrong. But if this doesn't happen, that's a lot of money that's going to be going into the money makers' actual accounts, the market makers, right? So we got the actual lower level right here of support at $35.61 that's been holding very well. We can actually see that it's gotten close here for a couple of the wicks off of these candles. Not quite there, but it is holding up, and there's a lot of consolidation that's going on. And taking a look over here, we can even see that for the trades for the day, according to Fidelity's reports, it's almost exactly even. It's very, very close. Buy orders were 2,510. The sell orders were 2,522, right? It actually closed down in the green, so there was slightly more for the buying side pressure. So that was, it's okay. It's another day. The thing is that the shorts haven't covered yet. Some people are trying to report data, which we're also going to talk about here in a second, suggesting supposedly that the short interest rate is going down, meaning that they are starting to cover. But there's a lot of shenanigans, and personally, I just don't really buy it. We'll talk about that in a second. So we got 500,000 shares available to borrow, 4.25 million ETF shares available. So this number has gone up. It was previously at about 3.9 million. And then scrolling on down here, we can see that the fee rate has gone down. So previously it being about 0.8, 0.9, it's down to 0.7. And then over here, look at this for the options data, 278,000 call options out of the money currently. That is a lot of call options that are out of the money. If that moves in, we're looking at an opportunity of a potential gamma squeeze. Also going down here, we can see the reported data across the dark pool for yesterday. Still another day over 60%. This is at 61.9% for the activity. And also over on the dark pool data, we have 13.9 million shares, and that's $581 million. So this number is progressively going down, starting to work its way back over towards the $0 range. It took about a week or so the last time that it crossed over the zero, working in the positive for the dollar side, until there was a big little rally that took place for AMC. And we haven't quite hit that yet, if I remember correctly. I think it was around Thursday or Friday last week when that had started. So it's not to say that it will repeat itself, but looking at the past history, it was one trend instance. And then taking a look over here, it says actions speak louder than words, but this is a start. We know the drill. This is basically the big news, is stuff about the Citadel, the company, Citadel Securities. You got Citadel also Connect, and Citadel has just so many different things. And so according to Fox News, GOP insiders are saying that Biden, the SEC, Warren have launched a political vendetta against Citadel. I mean, you don't have to make it all about politics. I think it's just about, they're not really doing a lot of things that looks like it has the best interest for retail investors, right? And that's where this whole investigation should really take place, to make sure that they're not monopolizing the market, for one. That's a violation of the Sherman Antitrust Act. That's why that was enacted. And there's a lot of signs that are indicating that they're either at that point already, or they're definitely going down that route. You ask me, it looks like they're already there, but I'm not a lawyer. This isn't financial advice. It's just my opinion, like I said. And looking at some other things here too, this is being reported that the AMC short interest rate of the free float is down. Lots of people are talking about this as well. It's down to supposedly 17.8%, whereas previously it was above 20%. Says borrowing fee rate is down to 0.78%. Short interest shares are at 91 million, down 6 million shares from last week when it was 97 million. They figured out how to cover without causing the mother of all short squeezes. Numbers don't lie. And I agree with what people are saying in the comments down below this. Like Brandon here says, how can you mention self-reported short interest, then in the same tweet say that numbers don't lie? The numbers are literally a lie. Yeah, the thing is that like Ortex, for example, they're not reporting all the data accurately. It's self-reported information. So if they wanted to create an illusion of this stuff that's being covered, that can be fudged with the numbers that are being reported, right? There's things that go in with long position calls. It's just a whole bunch of super shady stuff. And all the data that we've looked at before, other people have looked at before, the numbers don't add up right. It suggests that there's vastly, not a little bit, there are vastly more shares that are in ownership than what should actually exist. So this whole like, oh, it's 17.8%. We've been going on almost every day. Look at this. The price of AMC has not moved. The volume has been almost nothing. You're telling me that, oh, people are covering their short positions? When people cover their short positions, they have to buy the stock back. That's the thing. So they're buying it off the market. We should be seeing a volatility of volume going up, but we're not seeing that. It's all very, very low. This suggests that virtually nobody is selling. So how are we getting days where it's selling? If basically nobody is selling, right? Almost nobody is buying. The data on the per day has been about break even. So it would make sense that the price doesn't really move much. For every buy order, there's sell orders, that kind of a thing, right? People are playing this out. How long has it been that people have been overextended on their margin? Why are there not being margin calls? We have all the speculation we've talked about in the past. One theory is about the banks. They're worried that if they're the ones that make that call, guess what? All the news media is going to point the finger at them. And they're going to say, oh, this whole market crash across the board was caused by such and such bank. And they don't want to be the ones where everyone gets the finger pointed at them and they look like they're the bad guy, right? So that's one big theory with all of that. I would like to know what you guys think about everything in the comments down below. And yeah, again, this is just reiterating. This was on Fox Business News. It says the SEC has launched an inquiry into Citadel that targeted parts of its business model per Fox News. This is done before an investigation is officially started. Bullish. So to reiterate, there's not an investigation that has started. The fact that they are launching an inquiry means that it looks like it is very likely to be moving into that next. A concern that many people have in the community, and I agree with this, is that what is the possibility that this is going to take many years? Some other investigations, they take 3, 4 years, 15, 17 years. That we're looking at stuff like that. I mean, we don't want to wait that long for this to be figured out. Like, this is a serious problem that's affecting not only AMC, but the entire market. This is something that needs to be taken care of now. So get on the investigation, expose anything that's not supposed to be going on, which Citadel has a long history of doing stuff. It's not like, oh, surprise, surprise, it's the first time they did something they're not supposed to. So it is what it is. We got to wait to see what the next steps are. Let us know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. Once again, I'm not a financial advisor. I do have referral links in the description if you want to get free cryptocurrency or free stock, not financial advice. And if you're new, don't forget to hit subscribe, hit the thumbs up like button, click the bell icon so you know whenever we have a new video or when I go live. I go live too. And I will see you guys in the next episode.